Hello and welcome. My name is Mark Taylor. I'm the host and creator of the Education on Fire podcast. Hope you're having an enjoyable summer feeling weekend. Anyway, it's Easter here in the UK. We are absolutely sweltering in some temperatures that we've not had before, which, of course, with all the self-isolation and the lockdown, hopefully you've got some space around you within your wherever you're living that you can actually make the most of that. So I just wanted to drop on today to give you some information about three things that we can do to help you both now and also moving forward. Now, the Education on Fire podcast has got 134 episodes, I think, that have gone live on this particular channel, as well as some episodes we did when we were supporting the Learning on Fire podcast and also producing a podcast for the National Association for Primary Education, who are also the sponsor of Education on Fire. Now, some of those podcasts that we've done on Education on Fire have been in theme seasons, and they've included PE, music in the arts, well-being, English, and also a whole season about what children think about their education, which is quite an interesting topic at the moment, bearing in mind we're all having to homeschool and lots of things going on in the education being in a completely different way than it's ever been before. So you can go back and look at all of those on any place that you can get podcasts, any platform, or you can go to educationonfire.com. All of the episodes are there for you to check out if you want to do that. I know some of you are incredibly busy because you're in the throes of having to support online learning. If you're a teacher, you might be homeschooling young children, or there might be some of you that suddenly find yourself with much more time than you ever did before. So if it's something that can help and support you, please do just go in and check out all those episodes, and I hope they can be of real benefit for you. Now, as I mentioned, NAPE, the National Association for Primary Education, is a sponsor of this particular podcast, and they've got a couple of things which I think might be really interesting for you that we can support you with there. I'm also the vice chair of NAPE, and so I have this sort of insider understanding of what they're trying to achieve, as well as being able to support me on Education on Fire. And one of the things that they've released very recently is a YouTube channel, and this YouTube channel has a series of art videos. And I will put the link directly to that in the comments after this recording is finished, and so you can link straight through and click straight through and have a look at those. But I think they might be very good in terms of helping your pupils if you want to do some art related things in terms of drawing, or if indeed you're homeschooling and you want to give some real understanding and some real great lessons on what that's involved. Please do check those out as well. The other thing which I think is really important at this time is education actually going to look the same again? After we get back in, the schools are open, what's going to happen then? And there are lots of people who've been crying out for change in education, a broadening of the curriculum. The one thing which is happening at the moment, of course, is the fact that everyone, to keep their well-being up, are talking about music, about the arts, about physical activity, about creativity, about being outside, all the things which are not supported in the same way as the STEM subjects. And so what we're looking to do is to be able to give you a unified voice, a national voice. And as the National Association for Primary Education, we'd like to get as much information as we possibly can in terms of being able to create a unified voice about what we think could be positive going forward. Education and teachers have done some amazing things in the last few weeks, just given the ability to have the creativity, the chance to just show what they can do in the crisis to actually support all of our pupils who are learning online at home, to give them something to be able to continue doing, to keep learning, to keep bringing that lifelong enjoyment of learning, even though it's in a completely different environment. Yes, we can't wait to get back and to be able to socialize and interact, but at the same time, this learning can keep going. And there have been some very amazing benefits of actually having remote learning as well as being in the classroom. And to find out more about that specifically, do go to the NAPE podcast. Again, you can search for the National Association for Primary Education in any podcast app, but in the comments below, I will also put a direct link straight to the podcast, which is on their website too. So those are the three things. Check out the Education on Fire podcast, and that's all through educationonfire.com. Or do check out those YouTube videos, which NAPE have. Again, links in the comments below. And also, we'd really like to hear exactly what it is that you can do and how we can support you to get this unified voice of what education could look like in the future, a new dawn for education. And again, that link in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me here at the moment, and really appreciate you spending the time. And I look forward to chatting to you again in the very near future. Thank you very much indeed.